Hey YouTube, coming at you with a fossil cup team submitted from Mark, who always submits, has his own channel, link in the description if you want to check that out. And he even says in the write-up, "Hi Dan, longtime subscriber and submitter and new content creator here. After checking out your video this morning, I submitted these battles. It seems we have the same thought when team building, except I've replaced Lucario with PALDEAN Tauros. Aqua breed PALDEAN Tauros was only available during a small window event for like 3 days. It was only greatly edgeable through trades, and I got very lucky on my third try. That said, it is super effective coverage into all three main typings in the meta, making it incredibly unique. These battles were a little all over the place, but that's enough out of me. Thanks for reviewing. So yes, so the team that I put out was Togedemaru, Poliwrath, and Lucario. So that's the team I put out. Just replace Lucario with Tauros. Double kick Aqua Jet Chobe. I was looking up the stats. Just again, I've never seen this Pokemon in action before. It is a 120, 128 attack, 123 defense, 111 stamina, 1746 overall. So probably a little more on the glassy side. I don't think it'll get one shot, but it probably won't live a ton. It'll be like yellow or red, taking any move is my guess here. So let's take a look at it, see it in action. I know he said that he got like 12-0 on these battles, so terrible lead. I mean, does not matter too much when you have two fighters in the back, fighting waters in the back. Thunderfang is obviously super effective and really adding up on this Pokemon. Psychic Fangs is super effective and not surprising, down to the yellow and now down to the red. Aqua Jet is super effective. Yeah, they do shield. Can we get to a second one here? No, absolutely deleted. Holy smokes. That went down fast. So Poliwrath comes in. Psychic Fangs would be super effective again. Gonna let the first one go. Can we get to an Ice Punch here? I think you're probably gonna have to throw. Yeah, throwing the Dynamic Punch. Ice Punch would have been neutral because it's half ground, so it may be enough to take it out, but just want to secure that. And it's a fair thorn in the back. So only going to get to one move, throwing the move. They're likely to shield. I'd be surprised if they don't. So now it's weird. Power Up's going to like chip to like almost 50%. Okay, so slightly above. Gonna Fell Stinger. Fell Stinger is going to do absolutely nothing, but it is neutral and boost your attack. So I think just going to boost the attack to make sure that the next Wild Charge takes out. You got to start shielding now. And at this point, I think you just start getting ahead on energy and don't worry. I would going straight Fell Stinger. Interesting. I'm surprised that you're not just going. I guess the Fell Stingers are adding up. That maybe you can Thundershock down and come out with a Wild Charge here. Fell Stingers are neutral and it boosts your attack. So each Fell Stinger is doing a little more here. And they finally get into Feraligatr. And yeah, a normal Wild Charge would not one shot Feraligatr. Never mind a 2 times boosted Wild Charge. So that's going to take out. Going to get to the move again. Maybe even could have just let her shock down, but the Fell Stinger will take out here. If Togedemaru ever got a second like great move, definitely a way better play, but Fell Stinger is just not it. So 2 instant swaps there. Kind of a weird one. So I guess advantage to you because you have the only move that actually hits neutral. Trailblaze is neutral, double kick resisted, bug bite resisted, water moves resisted. But man, resisted or not, look at how much damage this Pokemon is taking from resisted bug bites. You're almost down to 50%. You now get to the second Trailblaze. They will get to another move, but the spam on these is pretty good, right? 12, not wow, yeah. Straight 12 and then 9 on Trailblaze and then 12, 9, 9, 12 on Aqua Jet, but they do take you out. Gonna just commit to the farm down with Thundershock, come out with a Wild Charge. They are going to come Fairthorn, gonna boost with Fell Stinger first. I don't know if I like this. I know Power Whip is resisted. Boosting for a second time here. But Power Ups are still going to, again, 2 are probably going to take you out here. So I don't love boosting your attack just to... So you 2 times boosted, but this Wild Charge is still not going to take out, so you're going to need to throw a second one after this. Whoa, okay. Clearly I was freaking wrong. Holy smokes. A 2 times boosted Wild Charge takes out a resisted Ferrothorn with over 50%. I'm shocked at that. I know Wild Charge hurts. Does double boosting really do that much more damage? Huh. So just going straight, Dynamic Punch, I agree. There's no point of baiting here. You have a shield advantage, so we'll be able to just take that out. Okay, Jellicent's a great lead. So they're staying in. This is where it gets weird because I know you don't want to throw the Wild Charge to lower your defense. You're gonna take the first move, but it's gonna put you in the yellow. You gotta watch for a catch here. Okay, if they're not gonna do it, you're gonna have back-to-back moves here, so this is fine. They're gonna double shield though, is my guess. If we CMP on this one, that would be fantastic. But yeah, I just assumed that they would double shield. Kind of in here, you know, I would probably shield. Oh, it's just a surf. Still, that does more than you would want to. Holy smokes, this Pokemon's glassy. Trailblaze is super effective. Not enough to take out Air Grenade in the back. We've already boosted once, so let's just start throwing these Trailblazes. So here comes the second one. First one on Air Grenade. Everything's resistant. If it's just a bubble beam, it makes sense to let go. Definitely want to get to this next Trailblaze though. Yeah, landing this is very important when we only have a Poliwrath left. So, you know, the good news for everyone watching is, I don't know. I know this team went 12-0. Early days still, so I'm not reading too much into that. Given that it's the same typing, it's kind of cool to see it spam at like 12 and 9. But given its lack of bulk and inability to one-shot, I don't think Tauros is going to add much that you can't get at Poliwrath already anyways. So great lead. I'm surprised they're staying in here. But yeah, so I don't think Tauros is going to give you anything that you can't get with Poliwrath. So yeah, if you have two of them, it'd be fun to run a double. But if not, just Poliwrath in this meta is more than enough. So unfortunate that you got baited there, but you still have a Wild Charge for a Jellicent, and you can just outpace here. Although if you shield, they may just farm down, so you might want to instant swap into Tauros once they shield here. That's exactly what you do. Do not let them farm you down. Gonna let the Shadow Ball go. This will do a lot. Nope, it's a Bubble Beam, because why are we baiting in this? Trailblaze, this will land. Probably not take out. Yeah, non-stab. If you're worried about a Shadow Ball here, though, gonna let it go. Do get taken out and sniped at that. And yeah, they are triple weak to Electric here. Corviknight in the back. Gonna come in just to get the neutral Dynamic Punch off. Probably will not take out. And then coming in, basically sacrificing this, I'm assuming. Putting a little pressure on with the Thunder Shocks, forcing them to throw. Gonna counter down. Come out with some energy. And energy plus shield is good. Scizor, you're both going to get to... So going to bait here, assuming that Shadow Scizor is going to shield up anything because it's so glassy. Yeah, that's like a kind of one of those easier bait ones. What is that fast move? That fast move looks weird. It's one of those where it's much easier to bait, especially when you like... No. Is that what it looks like the Bullet Punch looks like from the other angle? Anyways, yeah, what was I saying? There's various scenarios that you can bait, and one of them is that scenario where you're against such a glassy Pokemon and they haven't dumped any of their energy yet, and a move that you get to would basically one-shot them. So you just kind of force that move. This was obviously a mistake. Trailblaze neutral. This resisted, but do grab a shield anyways. Getting to a Trailblaze. Oh. Gonna just come Togedemaru, sacrifice it, and then just counter down. they going to get to a Drill Peck here? They will. It will not one-shot you. It will chip a good amount, but Drill Peck would not one-shot from this range. It is just a resisted Hydro. Okay. Sandslash, this is one that you will outpace too, especially the drill runs. But given how glassy you are and that it is a shadow, this is an easy bait on their end. So considering you have two fighters in the back, I would not be surprised if you just instant swap. Do CMP. They do let it go. They live with 1 HP, so you're going to have to shield this. They do go drill run, and they, I was going to say, kind of make a mistake, but it doesn't matter too much because you have 2 answers in the back. But with 1 HP, they actually gave up switch here. So allowing you, it's dumb in the fact that with a Togedemaru lead, like if you have a Togedemaru or a Ferrothorn lead or a Shadow Scizor lead, you probably have an answer to make our go in the back. So to like give up that lead when you only have like 1 HP to then get hit with one of those answers, it's just not a move I would make. And otherwise, double weak in the back, 2 fighters is not a good situation to be in when you are against a team with double fighters in the back. So going to shield up Power Whip. Just watch for a catch here. Yeah, knew that was coming. And then top left, or just get hit with Dynamic Punch. Either way, game over. For Alligator. So this is what I'm going to bait for the same reason that mentioned earlier. Getting to the Hydros and Wild Charge at the same pacing. Assuming it looks like a visual glitch there. That they were going to shield no matter what. So they did shield. I mean, you were both getting it to a 5 anyways. They try to catch. I don't think it's worth leaving. I think it's worth just starting to Wild Charge the crap out of these things boosted. So here comes the first Wild Charge. Does take out. Yeah. Here comes another Wild Charge for Alligator. I would probably instant leave into like Poliwrath or something. Or Tauros. I guess you have Trailblaze here. I guess with this Pokemon you have a little more coverage. Despite the little more glassiness, you have a more coverage with the Trailblaze. Hydro resisted. They do get to a second one here. Going to just let this go. Do let it go. Do live. Out comes a Credilli. This is neutral. And it'll boost your attack. Although it'll probably get taken down very quickly there. Yep. Poliwrath going to come in. Shield up a move. Should outpace. I know you're running Ice Punch. Icy Wind's a little more energy to get to. So Ice Punch is not the worst case option here. Terrible lead against Gastrodon, so we're going to get out. Have you been using... Yeah, you have been using Tauros as a safe swap. I guess it somewhat makes sense that you have Trailblaze to use it as a safe swap. But it is a glassy safe swap. So it's one of those where... Oh, they probably just do not know what you have. Yeah, okay. So they let the move go, just not knowing what you have. It's a Fire Fang Mawile in the back. It's one of those Pokemon that... Why I say it's kind of a risky safe swap. I know you have coverage. But given how glassy it is, like... You almost got Fire Fang down here. So almost getting Fire Fang down is crazy. But given how glassy it is, if you make the safe swap and the lead Pokemon throws a move in any way, it's almost like guaranteed you will not win switch, because any chip, even resisted, is going to do like 50%. So do take 2 shields there. Poliwrath now just on the Lucario. They're going to have Thunder Punch, so I would probably respect that. Yeah. Going to respect that. Resisted, I mean, shielded Thunder Punch. That'll still take them down. Lots of top lefts coming in these matchups here. Gliscopod, same thing. Good on the pacing. It's going to take 10 for them to get to, 10 for you. Going for that same bait, knowing that they're going to be scared of a Wild Charge. And do grab the shield. So you can just shield up anything back. Now it's just they're going to have to catch. I mean, they were going to have to catch anyways. Now going for the Wild Charge, not going to bait this time. They do let it go. Fortress comes in, resisted Bug Bite. Here comes the boosted Wild Charge. This one's a non-shadow, so may not take out. Leaves him with a couple HP. Tauros comes in. This will, I mean, if it's Rock Tomb, it's still probably going to chip you to the yellow. Oh no, sorry, you're a fighter. Never mind. You are a fighter. Glycopod, we just saw this. See if you bait again. No. This time going straight wild charge. Interesting. And this time it lands. You got the luck on your side. You have baited like 4 or 5 times and every bait was shielded. And the one time you decided to change your strategy for some reason, the wild charge lands. Give me that crystal ball. Escav. Have not seen an Escav. Yeah, with counter nerf. Escav was one in this meta that I think a lot of people played with. But with counter nerfed, much, much worse. And holy smokes. Not going to have a good time here, Swampert. This is basically a top left. Going to show the potential Sludge or Earthquake. It is just another Hydro. But at this point, it does not matter. You just commit the double shield and counter down. Too much raw counter damage here. Okay, so that was part of the 12-0 run. I don't think if other people play this team, you're going to get 12-0. I don't think if you play this team again, you're going to get 12-0. I think this is just a product of I know a lot of kind of good scenarios there. You know, I do think there's only 15 Pokemon that have play in this meta, right? And Togedemaru and Poliwrath are 2 of those. Tauros is like the 15th or 20th ranked Pokemon. It makes sense that with your fighting water typing, you have a great advantage in this meta. This meta, Steel, Rock are weak to fighting, and Rock is weak to aqua, like water and grass, and water type Pokemon are weak to grass. So Tauros has an insane amount of coverage for this meta. Poliwrath has coverage for this meta. A couple things like Jellicent, Razor Leafers are going to cause you a bit of problems, but you have coverage, and it's bulkier Pokemon, and so it's just super, super strong, and there is a ton of water. So Togedemaru is great, but you just got to watch out for your Mud Boys, in particular Gastrodon. Just make sure you have some answers in the back if you're going to run Togedemaru. Yeah, do I have to play Togedemaru differently though? Yeah, so you went Fellstinger a lot. I get it. Going Wild Charge lowers your defense, so if you can't reset, throwing that Wild Charge is very scary. I was actually just surprised how much that boosted Wild Charge did to the Ferrothorn. I want to see maybe if you guys just want to stick around for like 2 minutes while I run the Sims in the background, and I'll kind of let you know. So we have a Togedemaru and a Ferrothorn. I want to just see shields down, how much a Wild Charge just straight does. 42 damage. And now I want to see if you can. Let me just do the one shield here. So I'm just trying to like mentally get like how much a boosted move does here. And I think the answer is just over 10. Because in the scenario that I ran the first time here, you can't see it. Maybe I'll just give me a minute to run this again, and I'll bring it up on screen. So I'll show you what it's coming out to be here. So I just put in the scenario where you have 0 shields, and basically Togedemaru is just going straight Wild Charge. So Thundershock straight Wild Charge does 42 damage and 42 damage. And then I ran a scenario where there's a bunch of there's like a shield scenario. You have 2 shields, they have 1. So like what's the optimal? And it is Fellstinger, 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 and then the Wild Charge. So I was just like, okay, so you just boosted your attack 3 times. The first time the raw damage was 42 and now it is 73. So you added 31 with 3 boosted, right? So it's like 10.33% or 10.33 damage increase per wild charge. So I'm just trying to think, like, is that just a percentage, or is it just like, because if you do 42 wild charge damage the first time and you're doing like 10.3, 10.5 is 25%. So are you adding 25% damage with every, like 25% base damage with every buff? I'm just trying to figure out the calculation. So like if you double attack boost, how much? Yeah, too bad you can't do that analysis. I wonder how much like a double attack boost Night Slash does on a Scizor if you don't get the boost, and if you do get the boost, how much like a Night Slash does. Because I want to see if there's just like a formula. If you guys know, if there's like a specific number that you guys know about, I mean, I probably could just look it up, but if there's a specific number that these boosts get, like if you boost your tech in the game, does it increase like this? Again, it boosts 10.5 damage. So 10.5 damage is about 25%. So does it just boost 25% of your first base each time? I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments below. If not, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I will see you in the next one.